It's funny because people kind of find him like really straight and narrow and stuck up. When I'm with them, we're just cracking up. I mean, because he's a fun guy, and that's the thing that we do. People just meeting up and connecting. People when they walk away, going, "Wow, I didn't recognize that." Like, what's the chance that you wouldn't know him? You guys have been around the area forever.
I remember executive was at Nashville. I told you the story about 6 years ago.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the mic with Mike King here. We are here at the Better Business Bureau, here with my man Barry Moore. Barry, welcome.
Good to have you.
Now, I would say welcome, but this is your place. All right, so on the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, as well as International Business Code Radio. We're here with Barry Moore. So, sir, it's a business show. Give us the elevator pitch, who you are and what you do.
Yes, sir. So we're a nonprofit, started in 1912. We are not the government. We we ask people to apply and become accredited with us. And that means they do an application, Mike, and they have to be vetted. So you cannot just buy your way into this. The other social media platforms are all for profit, all the rating services, review sites. That is not who we are. We are the conduit from a great business marketplace and a consumer, and we just bring them together. We are the glue that will pull every community together. We've been doing it for generations. We lost our way a little bit telling our story, and that's why this is your home too. I want ESPN, everybody out there, this is your home. We work for the community.
So the Better Business Bureau is a nonprofit, which I don't think a lot of people know and understand. Then they just think that you guys are a membership organization, which you're saying you guys are not.
We're not.
This is something you don't just give a check and then you give the stamp of approval.
What is pay a fee?
It's a fee, but you're saying, what is it, 37 areas that you guys vet people in?
We vet, very good. You're going to go to
yeah, Mike.
7 areas, Mike, yes. And so we want to know if you're 6 months or less on the job, a company, we want to make sure you have all your licenses, so you're not hiring, you're not getting a job, you're not a licensed contractor. We bring the trust in the marketplace.
Because you understand, you're telling people out there to work with vetted businesses that have a history, that are track record, that are Better Business Bureau approved.
That would be the right way to look at it, because anybody can apply, any for-profit, lawyers, doctors, dentists, furniture salespeople, carpet companies, landscapers, anywhere you spend your money in this economy, that business owner has the right, the opportunity to call us and get accredited. If they do not, that's their choice. But with that saying, if they say they're going to do it and they become accredited, they're going to answer reviews, complaints in a timely manner. They're not going to walk away from you and think that, oh, it's just a complainer, a guy's a complainer. No, there's probably some message in that complaint that maybe the business owner needs to know. And that's where the trust comes into play. And that is where our economy is going to thrive. Buy local, buy from accredited businesses right here. Be a member of the chamber. Be a member of In Unison. Be a member of Executive Women's International and become accredited with the BBB. All of us together is what makes a marketplace great.
Because there's a comfort level in dealing with someone who's accredited. You know what you're getting. Whereas when you're out in the free world, you take your chances that you're going to get, because we've had the conversation before, which is, the buyer's always right, the customer's always right. Sometimes there's some truth in that. Sometimes it's not. But your idea of it is, in what Better Business Bureau you bring, because we know you as the folks who deal with complaints. And so what you told me is you bring people to the table to have a conversation.
I am, my staff can answer complaints. They can go into your company if you're accredited, coach you on how to talk to your employees about issues, how to get processes in place. Mike, would they pay us in this fee? I'm going to give them 2 or 3 times the value if they work with us. I am unique what I'm bringing here. This is a mission of not mercy, but something I just so much believe in. And I'm unique. I got to pass, It's just a place for me to be right now.
You do have a past.
And I do.
Yeah,
I have a great
and that
past,
past
you know?
says, I remember you giving me the real information as far as how to work with nonprofits. Now you're on the nonprofit side.
Yes.
You understand the business side. You also understand doing good business so that people continue to come back.
Yes.
It's not done today, here today, gone tomorrow. And there is a part of that. So we are in the Better Business Bureau, the offices. Where's it located?
We're over at East Shore Drive in Glen Allen, over near Innsbruck, and it's a beautiful facility.
It
We're
is.
open to for meetings. We're going to show people that sometime. The meeting room, we do webinars, as Mike here, a couple times a month on topics, consumers. What I envision, we can hold 80 people in our meeting room. I want 40 consumers and 40 business people. I want to host it. We're going to do it with you, ESPN Radio, The Choice.
Yes.
We're going to get it and we're going to broadcast this. And it's an idea like you're doing that in Brunswick County.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do something. We're going to bring consumers in and they're going to talk to business. We're not going to have a fight. We're going to have a nice dialogue and consumers to say, well, when I bought the car, why didn't I go through this process? Why did it take so long? When I got my hair cut, why did she cut my hair crooked? Right? Well, maybe my head's crooked. I don't know.
Well, we're going to figure it out.
Well, the consumers are going to talk to the business owners. Hey, when you put my bathroom in, the molding fell off. Well, maybe your house is settling. Maybe your house settled after the builder built it. There's so many things if we learn just to talk and not hide behind computers, shout at each other on social media, just have a conversation. That's where I am the conduit with my team standing up there with me. We're going to be able to field questions and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to be there because I need your followers. I need your listeners because we all want the best for this community. We do.
We do. On the mic with Mike King here. We're here with my man Barry Moore. So he's coming to radio. Well, I mean, he's been on. You've been a media darling forever. You know your way around media.
You got a vocabulary that makes me look good.
I'm from Philly. What can I say? I know a word. I know a word or two.
From the farmland, I guess.
I'm from the outskirts of Philly. Shout out to North Wales, PA. That's the little town right before you get to Lansdale for anybody who's up there. Alrighty, so your past has made you uniquely ready for this right there. You know the business side in and out. You've been in the car business and people always got a beef with somebody in the car industry. How'd you survive that and what'd you learn from that to get over to where you are now?
Yep, that's great. And that's what I want to teach my accredited businesses and consumers. I got to teach listening. You got to listen more than you speak. There is truth in lies and people do lie, but okay, turn it into the truth. Find out exactly what they're saying, show them the real reality. You know, a great saying, perception is reality, does not necessarily equal the truth. Perception equals, right? Reality does not necessarily mean the truth. And so what does that mean? That's something I learned back in 1998 from a seminar I went to in Detroit. It was it changed my life. And most people don't understand what I'm saying. But, you know, it's like Walter Bonds, who played in the NBA. I heard him speak here in Virginia. Confidence is arrogance under control. Think about that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man, the guy, he's going to meet Walter Bonds. Look him up. I mean, he's online. Confidence is arrogance under control. I just say arrogance is arrogance. And that's where I don't want this community to keep with all the nonprofits, all the stories we got to tell, all the for-profits, all the people credit damaged or unemployed or living in a multi-million-dollar house are all good people, disabled vets, everybody. But let's pull it all together and let's give everybody a chance and let's talk about this and not be arrogant, but just have confidence that we can do this.
So Mike King, Barry Moore is here. So as I said, Barry's coming to the Mike King Biz Radio Network. We're going to kick off the week with the Better Business Bureau. So Monday, 5 a.m. That's where we're going to find him. We're going to be out there telling stories. He is going to be connecting business people with the community and helping you work with accredited businesses so that you don't end up in a situation where you're unhappy. Because a lot of times people learn the hard way.
They do. So the easiest thing, stop going to social media sites that are for profit. Go to a nonprofit. We generate reviews and all that. We read them. We make sure they're legitimate. We make sure the business answers your complaints. BBB.org BBB.org BBB.org/Richmond. Don't shop anywhere until you check to see if that business is accredited. If it doesn't come up, then go to the next one. Shop around. It doesn't mean you're going to get the best price. It doesn't mean that that business owner's got a bad employee they don't know about. And that's what we got to realize. Things happen. Cars, I mean, Mike, I was in business for years with cars. I didn't make them. I just distributed them. But everybody took it out.
On you.
So
You were the
built
guy they knew.
commission.
It's like we talked about in the restaurant. They don't take it
Right.
out on the cook.
Right.
They take it out on the server who's right there taking the heat on the front
That's a
lines.
Great point. And they didn't grow that cow. Neither did the chef.
I know.
Might have a little fat on him like me. I don't know.
I got some on me too. On the mic with Mike King Barrymore is here. So the lovely facility that you guys have here,
Yes.
what do you envision for this being part of the community? We want to get people
Yeah.
in here so they can see. And we're going to take folks on a tour.
Yeah.
We're going to go Instagram live in a little bit.
I want the Mike King audience, which is growing. I swear to you, the more people I talk to, I'm going to anchor onto you, and we're going to do this together because you. Are
Who would
leading
ever
the way.
thought when I was sitting at the table at CW, shout out
There
to Dave Hayes,
you
who
go, man.
who brought you in, and I remember you schooling me on the whole nonprofit thing. Fast forward to you're up in Pittsburgh, and next thing you know, we're connecting that you were going to come back here and take over the Better Business Bureau. And this is a business show. It's the perfect place for you to be.
It is a perfect place for us to broadcast tape. And what I envision is that you have your viewers, your fans coming here
Yeah.
and jumping on and talking about what's important to them or talking to us about issues so we can handle it right then. I can put things to sleep in about 30 seconds. You don't need a focus group to figure.
No, but some things are just
I think
easy.
that's the difference of being Northeast guys.
I know we
and
get
South.
we get
I
to
don't
it.
have time.
No, and things do take time down here. I wasn't sure.
The one thing I will bring up always, had cancer twice, prostate cancer. Every man, every lady out there, make sure the man in your life is getting their PSA checked every year from 45 years on. Please do it. Black, white, every man.
Because you've been on that for a while.
Well, yeah, when you find out you could have been dead in 4 months,
Yeah.
and it's only because I've been getting checked for 10 years before that I found out. And I'm alive today. You wouldn't be talking to me right now. I'd be gone in 18.
Yeah.
But I made it. It came back. I got it again because I'm on top of my testing.
Shout out to my man Al Green, the music
Yeah.
man. He had survived. He is a survivor. He's on his way back now. Shout out to him. He has a show on The Choice every Sunday. It is
He
the
is a
gospel.
great man.
He is
I
gospel.
know him more than you.
I bet Al Green knows everybody. He's been in this game for a long
He
time.
knows how to do that board, the sound.
Yes, he does, and he's done it.
Me sound good.
He's done it for everybody. Shout out to him, his gospel praise party on the mic with
Amen.
Mike Barrymore. So do you have offices that you are looking to rent out here as well?
Not right now, because but to facilitate some meetings, yeah, I think people.
So
should
this
come
could
out.
be a
The
place.
word rent is not right, but.
Yeah, okay. We
something-
want to make sure
Oh, the
with
landlord
that
calling me.
I know all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
sublet, you know what
I
I'm saying?
know. Next thing you
Hey,
know,
the money talks, you know.
here's a knock on the door. Here to talk. Let's talk turkey. All right. So Mike is here. Barry is here. What would people when you start your show next week? What are people can people expect from Barrymore and the Better Business Bureau on ESPN Richmond?
I think they're gonna get the truth. I think that's a straightforward, direct. I don't beat around the bush. I am very direct. I'd rather pull a hand grenade pin, blow it up and keep moving. I mean, I'm not always right, but the worst thing you can do is vacillate. There's people counting on you, and my employees count on me. I count on them. Our clients count on us. I just don't want any consumer anymore going to get in a bad relationship with a business owner without finding out first the reviews and if they're accredited.
On the mic with Mike Barrymore. We're going to take a break. As I always say, the microphone ain't free. Plus
Yes,
my
we can.
grandkids need stuff. We're going to meet some of Barry's team in just a minute. And we'll be back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Better Business Bureau. This is the first show. Mike King is here. So we just finished talking to Barrymore. He's always talking about his team. And the team was lining up to jump on the radio. I mean, we had the whole folks back. They're like, no, everybody can't jump on at once. Really? That was not the case. Exactly. All right. So on Mike, I always say it's a business show. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Sarah Armour with I'm a retention specialist here at the BBB of Central Virginia. I am in, I guess my job is to educate businesses that are currently accredited, and if they're not utilizing all of their benefits, for example, helping them become educated and letting them know all the different benefits that they have, but a lot of them don't utilize.
I'm sure people don't. They join and they're here and they get vetted and they're part, but they don't use. So that goes into helping with the retention.
Mhm.
Bringing people in is good,
Right.
but holding your people, now that's something right
It
there.
is.
So now all of a sudden I'm in my business. I'm not paying attention to this BBB stuff. Sarah calls me up and says, "Hey, you haven't been doing anything because you kind of know if I haven't been doing anything, next you know I'm sliding out the back door."
And
And
you
then
might
one-
say to me, you know,
I didn't
"Sarah,
get any- I
I
didn't
don't
get
anything out
anything,
of it."
and you're gonna say you didn't answer my call all those times to find out what I was able to do.
We do have a lot of that as an excuse.
I'm sure because people don't understand.
They don't.
So they become part. That you give them the sticker, they put it up there. Let's talk about some of the benefits that the people get that really can turn into an asset.
Well, they can have it, they have their business on our business profile page. It's almost like a little mini website for them. You know, people can look up their business, look up, like, say it's a CPA. They could look up CPAs in their area, and if it's an accredited business, they'll be able to see that, or they'll be able to tell if it's not accredited business. Because we do have non-accredited as well as accredited businesses in our system.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So all of a sudden you have the one person who's not accredited, and there should be a sad face next to
Who
them.
do you think they should pick?
Exactly. Okay. So that's one of the things. So you give the information out. These are the type of business in the area. These are the people who are vetted by us and are accredited.
Right.
There
I'll
you
do a
go.
whole 37-step process.
That's
and
a
there's
lot.
nothing
How
you can
long
say
does that
about
take?
it.
That seems like that would take a
It
long
does take a
time.
little while, but not as long as you think.
I would.
Yes.
So it's an idea. So you're the retention specialist holding people. What is the part of one thing that people don't realize that they get for being a member?
Probably reviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't realize. They think, well, Google, I get all my reviews from Google and that's all I need. Or I get them from Yelp and Google and all the other different ones, but I don't get anything from you. I said, well, we didn't educate you well enough, because we do have a review app, customer review app. It's so easy to load, and they're able to send out requests from people that have been their customer to see if they would like to leave a review for him or her.
That's something right there because it's not like back and yeah, I hate to be like the old man. I'm like back in the day, but in reality, we really don't go deal with anybody now before checking them out. It's a new time right now. And all of a sudden I look up and I see a person's accredited with the BBB. I see those initials. What do people once the light comes and you see when they get it? What's it like when they realize, okay, I haven't used this as much as I should have?
Believe it or not, they're very appreciative,
I bet.
and do say they're going to utilize the benefits better. And they didn't realize that it didn't cost more to have all of that.
It was there
So it was there,
waiting for them.
waiting for them to utilize. Yes,
Okay, on the mic with Mike. And how can people find you out there?
they can reach us here at bbb.org or Sarah S. Armour, which is ARMOR at Central Virginia.
That was the name that got me when I remember I was in the Army, so the whole armor thing. And you're out in the streets talking to people all the time. And I remember that's how I remember because I said to you, wow, the Better Business Bureau, that's pretty cool. I never met anybody. I'm sure when you say to somebody, they say, where do you work at? And you say, what's the look on their face most of the time? Like shock?
Well, some of them look at you and go, the what?
I know.
They think I work for the bank sometimes. They say the BBB and they're thinking I'm saying BB&T.
They get that one. And another one that people are always shocked about is people are not aware really that you guys are a nonprofit.
We are.
And I always said, I don't know whether it was a government agency or whatever, but that means that for you guys, it's not about the money.
No.
It's about telling the story and helping people. Because Barry's up there, he's like the Pied Piper of all of this stuff, telling people how better businesses changes the world. And that's what we do here on the mic with Mike. We're here. It's a lovely facility. So a little bit, you're going to take us around and we're going to show the idea of it is this becomes a community resource location here. We're going to have friends of mine friends of Barry's, friends of Sarah's are going to come through. And we're going to do this every week. So starting off on Mondays, 5 a.m., we're going to kick it off with the Better Business Bureau. On the mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. We'll be back in just a moment. Sort of, kind of. On the mic with Mike. Mike came back. We are here at the Better Business Bureau. We're rolling out Barry's team, his cadre of all-stars. So who do we have with us now?
My name is Joshua Hamidi.
Joshua, welcome to the program. So you, as soon as they said Mike King was here with radio, you just ran wanting to be on, correct?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We got one enthusiastic person. Alrighty, tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So again, Joshua Hamidi, and I am basically the customer specialist here. I call our newly accredited businesses and I tell them why they are accredited, and tell them all the benefits that they have.
So wait a second, you're the guy who breaks the good news?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, Barry Moore. Now that's a cool job. I'd hate to be the person who had to call him and say, it's like when the college, you either get the fat envelope or the thin one.
Oh yeah.
So you're the guy with the fat envelope.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you call a person up and you say, hey, this is Josh, and you say, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, welcome aboard, and basically I just go over all the benefits that they have, and it's really fun and it's really satisfying to see just their tone on the phone kind of shifts because now they understand what they have with us and why they are accredited.
And so what's the number one thing when you talk to them and they're like, oh wow, what do people think or know that this is going to do for their business?
Well, it's gonna definitely bring them up on the spotlight. A lot of the consumers that they work with are going to understand that this is a trustworthy business that they are going to be handling for the future, and it can build a relationship as well. That's definitely one of the main things that I try to push forward is that not just for the consumer, but our accredited businesses, I try to take my time with every call because at the end of the day, they're not numbers, they're people. So it's really interesting, and you really got to push that forward and connect a personal connection with them.
How long you been with the Better Business Bureau?
2 months.
You talk like you've been around the blockers, and so Barry Moore is a winner right here. So because you understand the value of, they're not just numbers, they're people who own a business and they put everything into that right there. So really quickly, not all things, what are some of the highlights that you give a person that they get with being accredited and part of the Better Business Bureau?
Some of the highlights. Well, they have access if they want to reach out and be in our newsletter. That's definitely a big one. We have a monthly newsletter that goes out. We have stickers, decals for the Better Business logo that they can slap on their vehicles, their business windows, and we also have a customer review app, which is a really big one, which we already have reviews that are in the Better Business Bureau page that you can just kind of pull up, but it's a mobile app that you can give to the business and they can go through the consumer. It's just more of a tight-knit connection with the consumer and the business.
Because a lot of times with reviews, they kind of fall through the cracks. Hey, would you give me a review? And then I never get back to you. And you were going to do it. This one really, so I guess with the app, it tightens the circle. It helps make sure that you get the review as opposed to me dropping the ball or you were busy and you were going to do it. And then a week went by, next thing you know.
Exactly. It's a direct contact between the owner and the consumer. All they have to do is plug their name, plug their number, and it'll send them a link that'll lead them to the profile page, the BBB profile page that they have with us, and they'll be able to write a review through there.
On the mic with Mike here. Hey, you're a winner. Okay,
Yeah,
so wait. All right, so come on, man. How you gonna have me here? No, I don't get down with cupcakes. So wait a second. This is not cupcake action. This is regular food. But I hear what's up with the cupcakes? They keep talking about it.
So I do come from a family business. I do have a cupcake business in Alexandria. It's called Alexandria Cupcake. It is on 1022 King Street, and we have actually a sister location in Fredericksburg, which is 206 George Street in Old Town Fredericksburg.
So that's a family business?
It is a family-owned business.
Already. So are you a cupcake expert?
Yes.
Wait a second. Now, are you a cupcake expert on the eating of the cupcakes, or you can get you're a baker, sir?
Mhm.
You're good?
I'd say I'm pretty good at baking.
All right. Well, hey, I hear you. What's the thing that most people screw up when they're baking?
definitely the mix, when it's actually in the bowl and you're mixing it with the paddle. There's different things. There's dry mixes, wet mixes. The wet mix, it's because if you run that for like 5 seconds too long, that will completely mess up your texture.
5 seconds? Come on, man.
It'll take 5 seconds.
That's not a lot of margin for error.
No, there's not. It is very particular. Measurements do matter.
Man, I need to use that one. Measurements do matter. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming on. Some of the other folks were happy you had to hold them back so that you could get here first.
I know.
I know it's not.
It took a while.
I know
I
that's.
was trying to pull away.
I
from the
can't.
regular audience.
It's like that when we show up. People think it's a radio station that there's music playing, and then I show up and people are like, okay, where's the band? Sorry, this is all you got. On the mic with Mike. We'll be back shortly. Cool. Alrighty,
Right.
on the mic with Mike back. Barry Moore is here. We are at Better Business talking to some of his rock star team. We're gonna have some other folks next week. What we're gonna do here. Barry's gonna be on 5 a.m. on ESPN. He's also gonna be with us over on The Choice, talking to folks over there as well. So Barry, any wrap up? Give us a wrap up of what's up next, new and exciting things for the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah, looking for business owners, small businesses, major companies all over Central Virginia to ask to become accredited, do an application. Call me 804-521-6940. You talk to me personally. I'll get you the right people. 804-521-6940. Barry Moore, find out before you spend any money in Central Virginia. If you want to know who's accredited, bbb.org/Richmond.
Because you don't want to be that person on TV. I saw a lady couple weeks ago, guy came by to resurface her driveway. He said he was going to do it for $700.
Yep, I took some money and never
And-
came back. How about that?
How about that?
I'm
So-
not saying that there aren't good businesses aren't not accredited, but to make this community 100% whole, we need every business. We're a nonprofit. I don't care that everybody's 100%. I care as a citizen and somebody in the community that everybody's accredited.
So on the mic with Mike, Barry is here. That is a good thing on your site that you put the credited, you put all the businesses in a person's there that's like, hey, you pick one.
Right.
You can pick the ones who are accredited.
We didn't say
Or-
you're gonna get the best price from an accredited business, but again, it's in the value. Just ask questions. Don't shop price. Shop the value. Talk about the culture, the trust, ethics, morals. Imagine that. Old fashioned.
That's right.
Grandfather used to be.
Like I say, on the mic with Mike, we believe business can help society be better. That's the basis of the program. So on the mic with Mike, we got to run. My man Barry is here. We're here every Monday, 5 a.m., kicking off the week. We're a business show. Why else wouldn't we start with the Better Business?
That's the place to
That's the
be.
place to be. All right, we got to run. Take care,
ESPN.
folks. That's right. Take care.